This is my latest speculation on what's going to happen after the latest Trump-Kim summit. A lot of people are wondering, will there be another Trump-Kim 3? My speculation is yes, there will be. However, it's going to be quite some time before that next summit is going to happen. We're lucky if it's going to happen by the end of the year, but I think it will happen. I think there are going to be a lot of intense negotiations behind the scenes between Pompeo, our Secretary of State, and the other lower levels of Kim's regime. However, it would not surprise me if there's going to be some skirmishing with regard to threats of further testing on Kim's part. I can't help but think that this whole thing is somewhat of a humiliation for him. I can tell just by his expressions he loved the world stage, but then the whole thing came to a grinding halt at Trump's doing, and rightly so. I do think that there could be some kind of threats on Kim's part just to reassert his authority, if you will, to help himself get some kind of consolation that he's just asserting his authority. It's a very dangerous game, but it kind of goes with the territory. Would it surprise me if there's another test launch? It would surprise me, but not extremely. But if there were to be another test launch, look for things to intensify before they do get better. But I do think that there will be a Trump-Kim 3 summit. The only way to progress forward from this point would be to assert to Kim that we need a path to denuclearization, not the act itself, but a path towards that. And that pathway could lead to a reduction of some of the sanctions, a small portion of it, but at least it's a step forward. This is going to be a very long process, similar to way back when Nixon had his first negotiations with China. I think that this is going to be very similar, and the pace is going to be very slow, and it's going to take a lot of patience and a lot of consistent, calculated thought, especially on our side. We're the grown-ups here, us being the U.S. We kind of have to set the tone for this, and Kim is just a young person. He's a novice at this whole thing, even though his family's been not office, but they've been dictators for generations. Dictator is the right term. He is a novice at this, as is his country. We should be optimistic, and I do think there will be a Trump-Kim 3. Again, the key to this whole thing with progress in small, digestible steps for both sides. Let's work towards a path towards denuclearization, not the act itself. And that's a significant first step towards that. But we need to take the step. Let's hope for continued talks, continued dialogues, and let's hope that there will not be another missile test launch. Let's just be prepared and brace ourselves that there could be some saber rattling on Kim's side. But that's all it's going to be. Let's all keep our wits and let the U.S. set the example here.